all the with all the accolades, if you were to beat Fedor on Saturday, where does that really rank?
It's definitely, just because there's no belt on the line or anything, it's definitely one of the biggest feats, would be one of the biggest feats of my career once that happens.
What do you have to worry about the most against him?
Getting hit hard, on the right spot, or the wrong spot, I should say. He hits hard and knocks guys out. I'm not overly worried about getting submitted by him, although he's definitely submitted a lot of guys, and he's good, but pretty basic, and a lot of the guys that he's submitted didn't seem to really defend it very well. So I'm not real worried about that, although I'm aware of him being capable, of submissions on the ground, but I'm more worried about making sure I don't run into a right hand or a left hook.
You managed to avoid getting knocked out your whole career, though. Do you think that's something that?
So is he. It could happen to anybody. I've been knocked silly plenty of times in fights, and just managed to pull through and keep going. And hopefully I don't even get knocked silly. But if I do, hopefully my experience kicks in and keeps me going enough to knock him silly.
As a former Pride guy, how do you think Fedor would have done in the UFC a couple years ago in his prime?
I think it's just always a matter of motivation with people, and since he left Pride and with all the things he accomplished in Pride, I don't think to me it didn't look like he was overly motivated to train hard, and it's hopefully with those two losses, I think it's really jump-started him, which I've been there before, and it definitely helps for sure. A loss or two will definitely get you going. So, I think he would have fared just fine and lived up to all the expectations on him. And with that being said, I think he's real similar style to me, but.